Picture a world where the greatest minds of the era engage in intellectual duels, armed with nothing but the power of thought. This was the vibrant intellectual battleground of ancient philosophy, a time where thinkers dared to question the nature of existence, knowledge, and the pursuit of a good life. On this stage, two philosophical schools emerged, each offering a different path to understanding the world. One of these schools was Epicureanism, founded by Epicurus, a philosopher who championed the pursuit of pleasure, the avoidance of pain, and the attainment of tranquility. On the other side of the spectrum, we find skepticism, a philosophy of doubt and suspension of judgment, led by figures like Pyrrho and Sextus Empiricus. Two of these intellectual warriors, Epicurus and Pyrrho, would come to define two distinct schools of thought: Epicureanism and skepticism. Epicureanism, a philosophy named after its founder Epicurus, was a pursuit of tranquility through simplicity. It offered a unique perspective on life, focusing on a trio of intertwined concepts: the pursuit of pleasure, the avoidance of pain, and the attainment of tranquility. Epicureanism, at its heart, sought to redefine pleasure. Instead of the hedonistic indulgence often associated with the term, Epicurus advocated for a more nuanced approach. Pleasure, in his view, was the absence of pain, and the highest form of pleasure was the serene tranquility that comes from a clear mind and a content soul. To achieve this state of tranquility, Epicureanism proposed the pursuit of simple pleasures. A meal shared with friends, the beauty of a garden, the tranquility of a quiet afternoon, these were the true joys of life. It was not about excess, but about savoring the simple, everyday moments that bring contentment and peace. Epicurus also had a unique perspective on the role of the gods in human life. While he did believe in their existence, he argued that they were indifferent to human affairs. In his view, the gods lived in a state of perfect tranquility, untroubled by the concerns of the mortal world. Therefore, fearing their wrath or seeking their favor was pointless, and only served to disturb one's own tranquility. The avoidance of pain, both physical and mental, was another pivotal aspect of Epicureanism. Epicurus argued that most of our fears and anxieties stem from a misunderstanding of the nature of the universe and our place within it. By seeking knowledge and understanding, we can dispel these fears and live a life free from unnecessary suffering. Epicurus's teachings, though over 2,000 years old, still resonate today. His emphasis on tranquility, simple pleasures, and the absence of fear offers a timeless blueprint for a fulfilling life. Many of us, in our pursuit of happiness, could find wisdom in his words. In the eyes of Epicurus, a life well lived was one of simple pleasures and tranquility. Through understanding the core of Epicureanism, we gain a new perspective on what it means to live a good life, a perspective that challenges us to reconsider our own definitions of pleasure, pain, and the divine. Now let us turn to skepticism, a school of thought that championed doubt and the suspension of judgment. As we delve into the heart of skepticism, we meet Pyrrho of Elis, the trailblazer of this philosophical path. Pyrrho was a radical skeptic who believed that we can know absolutely nothing, not even our own ignorance. Skepticism, in its essence, is a philosophy of questioning. It urges us to suspend judgment, to refrain from making definitive claims about reality. For the skeptics, the world is an enigma, a riddle wrapped in a mystery. There is no certainty, only conjecture. Then we have Sextus Empiricus, another key figure in the skeptic school. Sextus took Pyrrho's ideas and developed them further, arguing that we should suspend judgment not just about the nature of reality, but also about what's right and wrong, what's good and evil. For Sextus, even the most basic moral and ethical judgments were open to doubt. Imagine a world where everything is questioned, where every belief, every assumption is put under the microscope. That's the world of the skeptics. It's a world where doubt isn't a sign of weakness, but a badge of intellectual courage. But don't mistake skepticism for cynicism. The skeptics didn't doubt for the sake of doubting. They doubted to free the mind from prejudice and dogma. They doubted in pursuit of tranquility, of ataraxia, a state of serene calmness untroubled by mental disquiet. In essence, skepticism is a philosophy of intellectual humility. It's an acknowledgement of the limits of our knowledge, a recognition that truth, if it exists at all, is elusive and hard to grasp. The skeptics didn't claim to have all the answers. Instead, they reveled in the questions, in the grand cosmic mystery of existence. For the skeptics, certainty was a mirage, and the pursuit of truth was a journey of relentless questioning. So, as we continue our journey through the world of ancient philosophy, let us carry with us the skeptic's torch of inquiry, lighting our way as we navigate the labyrinth of ideas and beliefs. These two schools of philosophy, while born in the same era, took vastly different approaches to the big questions of life. This sets the stage for our exploration of the stark contrasts and surprising similarities between Epicureanism and skepticism. Let's begin with their stance on ethics. Epicureanism puts forward the idea that the ultimate goal of life is to attain pleasure, avoid pain, and achieve tranquility. This is not a call to hedonism but rather an encouragement to enjoy simple pleasures and avoid unnecessary desires that lead to distress. Epicureans believed that the highest form of pleasure was the absence of pain and the achievement of a peaceful state of mind. On the other hand, skepticism takes a different route. Skeptics held that since we can never truly know anything, it's best to suspend judgment. This suspension, according to them, leads to tranquility, not through the pursuit of pleasure, but through the avoidance of dogmatic beliefs that cause turmoil. When we turn to epistemology, or the study of knowledge, the differences become even more pronounced. Epicureans held that knowledge comes from sensory experience. They believe that our senses are reliable and that they provide us with direct information about the world. Skeptics, however, questioned the reliability of our senses. They argued that our senses are often deceptive and that our judgments are prone to error. Therefore, they maintained that we should suspend judgment about what we perceive, as true knowledge is elusive, if not impossible. In the realm of metaphysics, or the study of the nature of reality, Epicureans were materialists. They believed that everything in the universe, including the gods, is made of atoms. They saw death as the end of consciousness and sensation, thereby dispelling the fear of death and the afterlife. Skeptics, true to their philosophy, maintained a skeptical stance on metaphysical claims. They neither affirmed nor denied the existence of gods or an afterlife. Instead, they suggested that we cannot have certain knowledge about such matters and should, therefore, suspend judgment. In summary, these two philosophical schools approached the key questions of existence, knowledge, and the pursuit of a good life in fundamentally different ways. Epicureanism sought tranquility through the pursuit of simple pleasures, the avoidance of pain, and the acceptance of the natural world as it appears to our senses. Skepticism, on the other hand, found peace in the suspension of judgment, the acknowledgement of the limits of our knowledge, and the embrace of uncertainty. This comparison gives us a glimpse into the diverse ways in which ancient philosophers grappled with the human condition and sought to make sense of the world. Both Epicureanism and skepticism offer valuable insights that continue to resonate with us today. While Epicureanism sought tranquility and pleasure, skepticism found peace in doubt. The intellectual tussle between these two schools of thought continues to shape our understanding of philosophy and the pursuit of a good life. Having journeyed through these two ancient philosophical schools, what insights can we glean? As we've seen, Epicureanism and skepticism, while both born in the crucible of ancient thought, offer distinctly different paths to understanding our world. Epicureanism, with its focus on pleasure and the avoidance of pain, urges us towards tranquility and simple joys. This school of thought sees the world as a playground of sensory experiences where peace and contentment are the ultimate goals. Epicurus's ideas on the nature of the gods and the importance of simple pleasures provide a framework for a life of enjoyment and serenity. On the other hand, skepticism invites us to question, to doubt, and to suspend judgment. It leads us to a philosophy of inquiry where nothing is taken for granted. Key figures like Pyrrho and Sextus Empiricus have left an indelible mark on skepticism, shaping it into a philosophical approach that values questioning and seeks to understand the world through rational inquiry. When we place Epicureanism and skepticism side by side, the contrasts are stark. One seeks pleasure and tranquility, while the other thrives on doubt and inquiry. Their approaches to ethics, epistemology, and metaphysics differ fundamentally, and yet both aim to guide us in understanding existence, acquiring knowledge, and pursuing a good life. These philosophical debates invite us to reflect deeply. They challenge our perspectives and encourage us to consider different ways of thinking. Whether we find ourselves leaning towards the tranquil gardens of Epicureanism or the questioning halls of skepticism, these ancient philosophies continue to engage us, offering insights into the human condition and our quest for understanding. Each philosophy, in its own way, offers a lens through which to view the world. They encourage us to question, to seek, and to savor the world around us. They remind us that philosophy isn't just about high-minded debates. It's about how we choose to live our lives. As we turn off the echoes of these ancient debates, we invite you to ponder, learn, and journey further into the world of philosophy.